Atl Fan TV here with Bullets. Another 1-0 loss in the MLS's back tournament, and now we are effectively out of the tournament. And yeah, for you, was there anything redeeming that you saw from this last match, or was it depressing as ever throughout this MLS's back tournament?
I just, now thinking about it, like, some of the tactics I don't understand. Some of the things that the board did. I mean, I can't remember the guy's name for some reason. It just escapes me. The left center back. God, I can't remember his name.
Fernando Mesa.
He's apparently a center forward, but we're playing him at left center back. And I'm not trying to say that, like, just because you play center forward, you can't play center back. But man, there's nobody else defensive you can put in the back there. I mean, are you trying to, like? I mean, what is the tactically? What are you going for?
Are you talking about John Gallagher? Yeah.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah, John Gallagher.
I mean, I don't really know anything about him, but I remember hearing that he was a center forward playing as a left center back, and I'm like, man, that's really uncommon. It's an unusual type of tactic.
For sure, definitely, and yeah, he did seem like a spark in this match, and so maybe somewhat of a shining light, definitely in just a sea of darkness so far. But yeah, in terms of what you maybe pin this down to for this entire tournament, like what's so far been kind of some of the culprits for you, like why we've been so drab, why it's been such a slog. What do you think?
Defensively, I think we've been a little lacking. I mean, I know we haven't got scored on a lot, but I think our defense, when it's actually been pressed at a high level, you know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned before, the few times that Cincinnati actually tried to cut through us with direct passes, it exposed our defenders. Some of the passing from our defense hasn't been top tier. The ideas, and it's more so an idea thing. Like it seems that our team just lacks confidence and ideas and imagination. And
is that a coach thing that a coach needs to be able to instill some confidence into his players and make sure that they do know what's going on, they do know where they need to be. It seems like maybe the players look a little lost, possibly.
They do. They look lost. They look. They just look devoid of ideas. They look, when they get into especially when they get to especially in the final third. Like, it's one thing when you have, you're in defensive third, and you're passing it sideways, and then you get to the the midfield, and you're kind of trying to figure out what you're doing, trying to figure out what's going on. But like, you literally can look at them and see that they don't have a devoid of ideas. I mean, look at like some of the stuff that Petey did. Like, I remember one play he got, which is it's one play, and everybody can take the one or two plays here and throw it in a microscope and be like, well, this is where he did wrong. But it's just like, sometimes it's a when you zoom out, it's the microcosm of like what's really fucking going on. And there was one instance where Petey got on the left, he kind of dribbled, he went backwards as far as like dribbling, he turned around and he just like fired the ball like he was trying to do a cross with like a shot, and then it just like went and, like, I don't know, it was nowhere near the goal type thing. And I'm just
is it a sign of the disparity maybe in that lack of ideas?
Maybe frustration.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's as frustrated as we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's maybe I don't know if that comes down to, like I said, like I don't want to attack the coach. Like, I really just don't want to go at fingerboard because I don't really know. Like, I'm not in the training sessions. I'm not like in the coaching meting. I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, but as a fan, do you feel like is there a change that needs to be made somewhere in the whole paradigm?
I don't want to be that guy to say because it's one of those things where like I don't want to piggyback off an Arsenal thing, but I mean, sometimes you want somebody out, and they bring in somebody that maybe isn't as good as them. We be like, oh man, Frank de Boer needs to go, blah blah blah. That may be the narrative. Then you bring in somebody who's even not necessarily less qualified, but like he's even less of a person that be wanting that position than Frank DeBoer. Maybe Frank DeBoer needs more time. I don't.
And some could argue that definitely the amount of player kind of chop and changing so far in the off season definitely has maybe affected the way that Frank DeBoer can bring on continuity, but it is still his system that he's trying to bring them into. The lack of maybe adjustments that he's made in the MLS's back tournaments, is that worrying? Is that something that can be rectified going forward? Is time really the just the telltale factor that can really bring about the change that we want? What do you think?
I think when you bring up time, I think maybe what's going on might be Frank DeBoer's best friend, in the sense of you're looking at it from a sense of, we don't know what's about to happen from the MLS to all professional sports to, everything else going on in the country. I mean, it's such an unknown, you know what I'm saying? The time factor, I mean, this might give him more time to figure out how to, get a squad and get his tactics of, about how he really wants to get it, and maybe bring in the players that are really going to play like he wants. I mean, has he earned that for you? Has he earned that time? I think he deserves it. Whether he's earned it or not, I think he deserves it, just because, I mean, as United as a club, we have been very lucky by the way our dominoes have fallen. I mean, we got a club in a town in Atlanta which isn't known for winning. Anybody that's an Atlanta fan or been living in Atlanta knows Atlanta. We're not known for winning, man. That's not in the DNA of professional sports in the city. So you got a team that comes in the first season, makes noise. I mean, dude, it's like people are in. It blew my mind, what we did in the first season. Second season, killing it. You know what I'm saying? We're champions. So in the third, progressively after we follow that, it's there's so much expectation, and that's not Frank DeBoer's fault. The expectation, but at the same time, bro, you got to come in with something and understand what you're coming into, because you picked this job. You came in here. You're the one that. And by all accounts, he does. No one was apparently. It's just the actual results and performances maybe have been left wanting by a large number of people. So, I think this is, we could go on and on if if you think he should stay or not, but final thoughts on this match. Bottom line, I think he needs a little more time. I mean, Joseph being injured is not fair to him as well. That's something he can't control. I mean, I understand that the team is bigger than one player, but at the same time, who would have known what would have happened in the first couple of years if Joseph would have been injured? I mean, we might have been having the same conversations. And what I'm saying? He has been injured at certain points, but just not long term. But this they're saying this extensive long of a period. So I mean, I think he needs a little more time. I'm frustrated, but at the same time, I want to give him some more time. Okay. But bottom line. All right, Bullet. Appreciate your time, and we'll chat with you later. Yo, thank you, man. Appreciate you, homie.